Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Silas back again today. We got another busy one. This just came in. They say it works, but there's no charger for it. Kind of a funny story on this thing. There's a place here that sells overstock goods and that sort of stuff, and they had this in their warehouse, and the company sold out, and they're changing the style of the company and everything like that. And so they said they just didn't want it anymore. They put it on Facebook, said free, somebody can come get it. Well, I was empty, had my trailer hooked up. I called them and said, hey, I can come grab that right now. I'm empty. I got nothing else going on right this second. I can come grab it. But they didn't answer. And I tried over and over and over again. I messaged them. I sent them my phone number. I tried everything I could to get a hold of them. And finally, I just gave up. Well, I guess a few days later, they thought nobody wanted it. I don't know if they gave the wrong phone number or if they're just not good at using the internet or what the deal was. But anyway, they finally gave up, and they actually paid someone to remove this off their property. So that person got it, and obviously it's not going to work with a dead battery and no charger. So that person was like, oh, I don't want it. So we ended up with it from them. I'll never be able to figure people out. If you figure people out, let me know. Honestly, it wasn't really that big of a deal to me, just because they pay almost half price for heavy stuff like forklifts and stuff like that at the scrapyard. But for the price of free that it was originally, I would have taken it. Now, we did have to pay a little bit for it this time, but still we'll be able to scrap it and make a little money on it. I'll work to get this converter off. I get it off there, and then I see somebody's cut out the bottom of it, knocked the junk out of it. So it is empty. But I'm going to finish getting that car ready. I've got this minivan. I'd like to get it out of here. Then I'm hoping, I'm hoping I can get rid of some more of these out here on the street. Make a little bit more room out here. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I say I'm going to do that every day, and then I get slammed with customers. But right now, there hasn't been anybody here at all today. It's been a really slow morning. It's almost 9 o'clock already, and I haven't had a single customer, which I'm not complaining at all. I need days like this to get stuff done. All right, I got this Focus flipped over. And this in here has 2 converters on it. It's got one down here, and that one up in there. Usually these here are pretty high dollar, or they used to be. Back when converters were high, those were worth quite a bit of money, but converters at a 2-year low right now, so they're still worth money, but not nearly as much. At one time, those were like a $700 cat. It's probably less than half of that now. And then this one here is probably not a real high dollar one, regardless. They usually aren't. So what I'm going to have to do to get that one out of there, those are a nightmare. They are very hard to unbolt by hand. I mean, you can do it, but it just takes forever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this mount right here on the transmission, and I'm going to see if I can find out where the motor mount is and get it cut, and then I can just try to pop this whole engine and transmission out. Had to run out here to the yard again. Skylar brought me another old truck. This is a 57 International, I believe. This is not nearly as cool or nice as the old International over there. But still, it's got some good pieces on it. It's got a good color to it. This in here will probably get turned into wall art. Not sure what all is in here. The motor's locked up on this one. Not a whole lot going for it, but one thing that is cool is that instrument cluster. This side's not nearly as tore up. There we go. But yeah, this instrument cluster right here. In the past, I've sold those for really good money, and people like to put them in old rat rods and stuff like that because they're flat mount. They just got 4 bolts on the back side. They'll mount to anything, any flat surface. You just have to have a slight angle on it. That way this is still straight up and down. But they're kind of a cool piece. And it's got a tack in it. It's just a 4,000 RPM, so it's not really a good tack, but it'll still sell. Lots of little things. The cab itself is actually fairly decent. It's got some damage to the roof, but the rest of the cab's decent. So I'll probably try to sell the cab. And then the nose, more than likely, we'll just get the chop. We'll cut it off there and sell it for a wall hanger. Put some new headlights in it, and that'd be a pretty cool wall hanger right there. And now I'm back over here at the yard. I want to get a few more cars ready. And actually I might run a couple loads down to the claw just to keep some room in here. I got a few junk cars coming in, and I haven't got as much done today as I wanted to. Big surprise there. Do I ever get as much done as I want to? Probably not. One of my previous vlogs, I set a bundle down. I think it was just a truck. It was a Suburban, that's right. Couldn't remember what it was, but I set it down on top of that barbecue grill, smashed it flat. So this time I'm going to set a car on top of a chair. So I got over here with this load. I've been sitting here waiting and waiting and waiting. They loaded that trailer over there. Now he's doing something over here. I got this guy in front of me doing something, I don't even know what. So I'm just waiting and waiting and waiting some more. All right, they got me unloaded finally. I'm back here at the yard. I got this truck here. Came in for scrap. Not even sure what's under the hood yet. It's pretty stripped out. I think it's an old diesel again. Yeah, another old diesel. Just junk. We're gonna smash it up, set it on the trailer, and take it in. Those chairs are surprisingly tough. I mean, that's a V8 diesel and a car on top of it. And I mean, some of the weight is on the trailer over here, but that leg over there is holding it pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with those chairs. I'm going to save the rest of them. I got a bunch more, and those will make a good crushing video. Okay, it's the next day. I was going to do some recording here, but I got a phone call and I got a guy wanting to come buy a bunch of my old truck cabs that I have out at the other place. So I'm going to run out there and take care of that real quick. And then maybe this afternoon I've got a bunch more stuff to go look at. I'm not sure if that'll happen for sure or not. We'll just kind of see how the afternoon goes. Man, I tell you what, it is like spring out here again today. It is absolutely beautiful out today. Just a real faint breeze, maybe 2-3 miles an hour. The sun's shining, but it's not hot. The birds are chirping. I'm out here just walking around waiting on the guy to get here and just noticing there's all sorts of coyote tracks and deer tracks, raccoon tracks, you name it. Just everywhere out here. All the animals are active. It's hard to believe that this is December 1st. Look at this. I just drove through here a couple days ago. You can see my tire tracks, and these little green things, whatever these are, have grown up everywhere, including on top of my tire tracks. So these have just sprung up in the last few days. A rabbit just took off. All the animals are active today. And they're saying this nice weather is supposed to continue for a while. It's a little bit dry. We haven't had any moisture for a while now. This truck here is sold. What's going to happen with it is... Wait a second, is that the one that's sold? I can't remember. Okay, I had to check my list. Just the nose off of this one is sold. Sold it for a wall hanger. Got to get that cut off of there. The one that's sold is over here. This one here sold. Got to get a grill put in it. It's a little bit tore up here, so we'll get that done. Got to get some good whoops, just about tripped something down here in the weeds. But I got to get some good tires put on it. It's already got all the hubcaps on it. It's a pretty good looking little truck. Little half-ton long bed. Yeah, we got to clean it out, get the motor and transmission out of it, make it lighter to where it'll roll around easier. Maybe straighten this tailgate up a little bit. What the deal on this truck here is the guy is going to build a false bed in the back of it to where it's about this high, and then in the middle he can put hay bales down the center, and then he can put pumpkins or whatever here on the sides for display pieces. And so this truck here is just going to be basically a display piece at a place to sell pumpkins and antiques and that sort of stuff. Kind of ashamed to use it for that. I thought somebody would want this truck to fix it up and restore it. It's got rust in one cab corner, but other than that there's no rust in that entire truck. Half ton, It's got 2 full sets of hubcaps. Even the spare wheel still has the hubcap on it. It's a cool little truck, just needs a grill, and everybody that looked at it came and saw that grill broken and saw the windshield broken and the tailgate bent a little bit, and they're like, nah, I had a couple cheap offers on it, but nobody was really interested in being serious about it. And this guy came through and needed a display piece, and that one there works perfect for him. Alright, I'm done at my place. This road's bumpy back here. Boom, boom. There we go. But anyway, I'm headed out to one of our other yards. I gotta meet my dad out here, and maybe I'll do a flyover real quick. Then I'm gonna pick him up and we're gonna take off and go check out a couple other places. The first place we got to go to, you've actually already seen me there once before. You may remember my cleanup video where I hauled those 2 gigantic tanks in, those real sketchy loads. And I had all that I-beam, and there was a bucket truck and a couple old generators. I don't remember what all was out there, but there was quite a bit out there. And he had some more stuff back in the trees, but he wanted to wait until fall or winter to get rid of that. So now it's winter and he's ready to get rid of that stuff. And then after that, there's another place. It's out west of here a little ways, and they've just got a whole bunch of farm equipment out in the trees, he said. So I don't know if it's something we're going to mess with or not. He says he does have an old station wagon out in the trees as well, so maybe that'll be something interesting. And then he said there's just some other odds and ends junk laying around, so I don't know what that is. If it looks like it's going to be more work than what it's worth, we'll probably turn that one down, maybe just by the station wagon, but we won't know till we look at it. So I just kind of walked around, my dad and I walked around and looked at what all went, and I think there's 13 or 14 of those air compressors, and then there's the one big truck goes, and some of the other stuff he isn't sure on yet. He may keep it, he may sell it later, just kind of see what happens. And then the second place we went to, there was a ton of stuff there, way more than I was expecting. There's some cool stuff, but there's a whole bunch of junk. It's all been sitting for years. There's just farm equipment scattered through the trees everywhere, actually 2 different farmstead locations. And so that stuff's going to take a little bit more work. I did film it all, but there's so much footage that I'm going to have to make a video out of that stuff by itself sometime. The game plan is hopefully next week I'll be able to take the equipment and we'll go do the job with the air compressors, and then after that, go start on the farm cleanup. I don't know exactly how it's all going to happen yet. That's the plan. That's what I'm hoping for. The compressor job shouldn't take too long because it's all big stuff for the most part, just a little bit of little iron. Should be able to knock that out in a couple days. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm going to head out. I'm going to record some more footage for another vlog now of crushing cars. And I've got a bunch more stuff going on after that. So I'll let you all go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave it a thumbs up. And remember to get out there and find your adventure. We'll see you next time.